Medusa is up next. Potentially really tanky hero, which is a great upside for playing this type of carry. The big downside is if the enemy team is aware of those couple of heroes that can just completely annihilate Medusa as counter picks very easily, and it's great as picks anyways. And I'm talking like heroes like Phantom Lancer, Anti-Mage, especially after the Diffusal Blade stacks with Anti-Mage's mana burn. So you have Anti-Mage easily counter pick for Medusa. If he knows about it, he can just get himself a Diffusal. Anti-Mage plays with Manta anyways. It's all the mana burn illusions as well. As it just completely destroys Medusa, Medusa can do nothing about it. She's probably even going to be sitting in bash state for the most time. So that Lancer of course pays for himself. Mana burn plus bunch of illusions, millions of illusions plus Manta style, more illusions, quickly burns down your mana, and it just kind of leaves you naked without your shield, right? So I would say great hero, but you also have to be really cautious with the picks. And probably the best value is when the enemy is not really aware how to counter Medusa, right? Do those counter picks or make like counter items. So yeah, so the build, it's always going to be power threads, attack speed, of course. Goes great with the split shot. So your basically your basic farming tool, right, in build. It's pretty much something you can just compare it to Luna's split shot as well. I forgot how it's called. Same way that Luna farms. So with Medusa though, you can kind of go with the AoE farming item anyways. I in general like getting Mjolnir, not as first of course. I would just start with boots. I'd get power threads, I'd get a couple of red bands. I would start with that. First I would make a smaller one, something like a Dragonlance. You can start with Dragonlance or you can start with Maelstrom here. And Maelstrom is because you're attacking multiple targets, right? 4 targets. So, or it's actually, I mean, it's 5 in total, right? So when you attack so many targets at the same time, there's a big chance to get the proc from Maelstrom, right? One of the best ways to utilize the item. So I always get Maelstrom. Of course, you can just wait for the Mjolnir. But a great thing is that getting Maelstrom, you're on the path later on towards Mjolnir, and Mjolnir gives you attack speed. Right, you need attack speed anyways. The buff is crazy good for Medusa anyways. You have the buff, you have the mana shield. It's a really good protection where you can just walk in and kind of destroy people, right? Especially with the ult on. So yeah, that's why I like to go Maelstrom that progresses into this. But you'll be getting Dragonlance. I feel like it's really needed. Pike is also really nice, but you don't have to upgrade to Pike. You just run around with this. One item that you'll always make is kind of like smaller item compared, let's say, Manta style. You'll be always getting Manta. It kind of goes with the whole team. Split shot, making illusions, giving all of them Skadi effect. Skadi is it's a very specific hero. You need to make Skadi for Medusa. Pretty much, the hero doesn't have any stunts, and because you're ranged, you can't really make a basher, right? So you're kind of left with nothing. There's not even slow like let's say Viper. You don't even have Viper slow. You have one snake bounce. This benefits a lot actually when it jumps off of more targets. So it's not even a great single target. I guess it doesn't slow them that much. So you're kind of screwed there. So you have to make Skadi at all every time. It is your only tool to kind of keep him there, keep him condensed. Don't let him leave. Becomes great with split shot, becomes really great with the attack speed and the split shot damage reduction penalty. So it just goes with the whole team, and it's kind of your way of keeping enemies close and not letting them get away easily. They will have to have some tool to get away from your slows, because you'll be attacking really fast and just keep slowing them down. Also like a lot of extra stats. Gives you more mana. More mana means more health because of the talent. Gives you more health. Health is also, it gives you strength. Strength is also more health. So basically, strength and int, they both go into your health, which is a huge double buff that not any other hero gets it like that. And then the agility, plus 10 agility, of course. Like it's agility you need anyways, right? So yeah, it just works, right? After I'd say getting dreads, getting like something like Manta and Skadi, you can do whatever you want with this. It doesn't have to be Maelstrom. I personally like getting Maelstrom because it's upgrading the whole proc thing, but Manta style and Skadi are kind of must-have for Medusa, right? You just need to get these. Everything else kind of comes at however you want to play her. However the enemy pick is, you can decide whatever you want to get. But yeah, my build would look something like this. Now there's a couple of options as well. You can just get Lincoln Sphere. Yeah, that was kind of always the old build. You would see Medusa running around with Lincoln Sphere, kind of the whole team, right, of blocking damage, blocking spells, spamming Manta to cancel everything. So I would say Lincoln is still viable, not that great value though, anymore at least. So probably something I would have went there if not for this, maybe Butterfly. Butterfly is great, faster slows, faster attack speed, you keep them close, they can't get away from you. You buff your illusions as well, split shotting everywhere. It's always a great choice as well, right? And this kind of, if you kept it like this, let's say kept it like an attack speed item, right? Although this is attack speed already, and this you can kind of, let's say this was Maelstrom and your farm is going great, you can just keep it at Maelstrom and make something big like Daedalus. Daedalus is also really interesting again because of split shot. But again, Daedalus works the best when there's some attack speed already there built in, right? Kind of the same story like with Basher. Making Basher is great for like a melee carry, but it requires for you to have some attack speed to get really value out of it, right? The damage itself is great, the damage is gonna splash, right? But to get the most value, you kind of need to get something before that, and probably this is a good idea before just dumping money to something like this, right? But anyways, it's kind of like Medusa. I feel like this hero can get away with anything really, as long as you have like a slowing effect. Medusa is just that great if there's no like real clear counters. Like I said, Phantom Lancer or like Anti-Mage. I mean even Juggernaut with Manta and Diffusal can really destroy her, right? Anybody like that. But yeah, Medusa can get away with pretty much any build. You just get some illusions, you get some slow on your attacks, pick up the talents, free attack speed and damage reduction on the penalty. Last one is also amazing. Split shot using all of the modifiers on it. Huge buff. So just yeah, pick and choose, but keep in mind your boots, of course, your Manta and Skadi are, I would say, really mandatory. Make Dragonlance if you want, make a Pike if you want after that, or like as an early small item. Get yourself Maelstrom if you want to make some huge value from the split shot. It's going to give you a lot of procs. It's great for farming because you're farming with this and the Maelstrom proc. It's just another small item, relatively small, that can really boost the farming and the push capability of Medusa, right? Because you're split shotting and the procs are there from the Maelstrom. So I just like going that, like Power Threads into Dragonlance, into Maelstrom, leave it at that, rush into Manta and Skadi. You're gonna be pretty much I don't want to say undestroyable, but it's gonna be pretty difficult trying to kill you anyways, right? They gotta burn all your mana, they gotta get out of the ult, they can't face you under the ult. This whole time you're attacking, right? You're attacking them during the whole ult. But yeah. One item also, Blacking Bar, it kind of feels, for me it always kind of felt weird getting Blacking for Medusa. Now, It might be a need. It's just because there's mana shield and there's ult, right? So it's not like Medusa doesn't have that issue as other carries where if somebody wants to face you, you can't do anything about it. You can either fight them or run. And like, if you want to face Medusa, you're just gonna get frozen right there on the spot. And not only that, once you're like stunned, frozen in the stone form, you take like extra damage, right? Last level is 50% extra damage. So it's kind of she also gets like speed boost, so she moves faster when she casts ult. So kind of it's also really great if there's anybody in the team that can kind of keep him in the spot a bit, right? So you can kind of circle around, and if there's like a stun or a big slow, you can just go in front of them and make them face you, freeze them all this time you're attacking. When they get out of this, there's a bunch of slows waiting for them. With illusion, or let's say mushroom, other procs, right? This debuff is also amazing to just cast on yourself. If they want to hit you, go through the shield. They gotta go through the effects, right? This also like a lot of side effects. Slows attack speed even more, so they can't really hit you that fast. Yeah, like a lot of stuff that can go right, and it can also go really wrong, even if they did not counter you. And the problem is they can just turn back and leave the fight if you press the stone gaze too early. Like, this is a very, very tricky spell to get consistent value. It's not really consistent that much. Like I said, it works great when your team kind of has that big slows, big stuns, know how to keep him in the place. Otherwise, you can just gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna press this, walk inside. You just press this, walk into the fight. They kind of know what's up. Somebody maybe stuns you and they just turn your backs away and run. Wait for a cooldown to expire, and then they attack you. And then it's a completely different type of fight, because they're not gonna care that much if they're facing you at that point, right? One also great thing is that this freezes through Black King anyways. So there's still people that like try to attack you under ult. They're like, I'm gonna pop Black King, I'm gonna destroy Medusa. This freezes through Black King anyways. So when you press this, there's not a single hero in the game that can challenge you with anything. They're just done. Maybe Enigma if she's like here and you're like somehow there and she's just pulling you backwards, I guess. But yeah, nobody can fight Medusa when this is up. Nobody. You just can't. You get frozen no matter what, and that's it. So yeah, that's pretty much the build. This can be Pike, of course. I would do something like this. It's usually what I like. But of course, you can swap this in for that one, or you can swap it there. You can also play her like this. Although I just always like having another like AoE proc effect that gets upgraded, that gives you a lot of boost. So I would kind of keep this and then decide on this slot, right? My build will look like this, and they'll be like, okay, Daedalus maybe, Butterfly maybe, Black King maybe if it's needed. I guess there's also always option for Satanic as well, but I'm not sure how much it really fits the whole hero. Sometimes it's great, sometimes not so much. The whole point is either them running away from you, being frozen, or not being able to reach you to actually do some damage. But I guess you have already some attack speed. I guess we would say something like this. If somebody blinks on you, attacks you quickly, you lose a lot of health for whatever reason, your mana gets burned. This costing 0 mana would potentially save your life there. Let's say you just press Satanic and heal back up. But yeah, it's really tricky to decide for Medusa. Usually you kinda just skip the whole lifesteal thing and try to stack as much stats as you can. Use ult when you can, win the fights, push, farm fast with this, and let's say there's Maelstrom effect or Mjolnir. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Scepter and you can get Shard, I guess. Scepter is definitely not worth it. Shard is fine completely. Target with a spell, a single missile stacks flies back towards the enemy. Again, it's not that big of a deal. It's 1500, right? 1400. The money is always much better spent on these. So yeah, that's it for the items. Try to farm as much as you can. She can also do, I can't do it here, but she can do like halfway and farm 2 or 3 camps at the same time. So let's say you're like, let's say you're up on the dire side. This is dire jungle. You can hit this camp and this camp and this camp, all of it at the same time almost. If not really like all of them, no problem. This is where the post would be that you can capture. You can just kind of pull these and then kind of go slide to the right, and you'll be hitting everybody with split shot, especially if you have jungle lands. So you can just farm like 3 camps at the same time. You can farm. There's no camp here, but like the one with the ancients and the one with the like upwards, you can farm those at the same time. So kill the ancients to kill that bigger camp over there. If you camp for like from this side of the jungle, you're going forward there. So a lot of ways to quickly farm the camps. Always keep in mind, you do not have to farm a single camp like every other hero. Medusa is very special there. She can farm like 3 camps at the same time. So just kind of aggro all of them, stay in the middle and just split shot everybody. And your illusions can farm, of course. Something like Siren, right? But Siren has to use some other things. So yeah, do those, and okay, let's see the talent tree. Attack speed always, right? You need attack speed. Second one, split shot. It's kind of like with Luna. You want to get the reduction penalty on this. Split shot. Third one, always ult. This is completely useless. Especially like later on, you have no idea where this is gonna jump. Who's it gonna jump? It jumps randomly, it jumps neutrals, jungle creep. It can jump on anybody. It just having 2 extra seconds on ult is huge value. I think you should get this every time, no matter what build you're playing, no matter what Medusa. Always get this. And last one, of course, modifiers, right? You have a lot of stuff. Let's say it's like this. 75 int is more something like it almost feels like an off-laner talent in this case, because 75 int gives you more mana, it gives you more health. They really need more health than this. This is level 11 with, what is this, 3.5 almost, 3.5k health effectively. Not that much, but right, it's a lot of health for a carry. Carries do not have that much health at their disposal where they can just be like, okay, I'm just gonna walk into the fight and not care. And Medusa does exactly that. So just take the left one. Don't worry about your health. You have more than enough already. There's health from this, from this, from this. Yeah, you just don't need it. That's it pretty much for Medusa. Be very careful. Never rush. If you're in the team in a pug with 4 random people, just kindly ask the mid guy to let you the last pick. That is the best way to minimize the extreme counter heroes that can face you. Being Phantom, Lancer, and Anti-Mage. They're just gonna destroy you. Not always the case, of course. Always something can happen, your team can save you, your team can prevent it. But those are like really nasty counter picks. You can't really do anything about them, right? You can't bash them back and they're gonna bash you. They're gonna burn your mana, keep you bashed. If there's even some trouble, they can blink away, Lancer can disappear and do all kinds of stuff. You're gonna be in huge trouble, so if you wanna play Medusa, try to get the last pick at least so they can see what you picked, right? And yeah, that's the last bit of strategy I have. Yeah, try to enjoy the hero. Always try to time your ult well. Never just use this like it's some casual spell where you're just gonna use this and whatever. Try to time it really well. It can be huge value or it can be completely useless. Try to use it as best as you can. And that's it, guys. That's Medusa, and I'll see you on the next one.